Besides me loving the writing of the narrative of this manga, what I also really love is the cleverness behind the names of the characters. More specifically, because if you take a look at these character names from let's just say far back, right? You just think, okay, it is what it is, right? They're just normal names. But if you look really deep into it, you'd realize, hey, these names have a pun, and that sort of pun somehow connects to their characters. And I think that's, again, really clever, really can be funny at times, and somehow it just works, right? I've actually made a long time ago, months ago, or a year ago rather, I think, or already, a shorts series where I discussed about the naming sense, right, of the characters in Hyakuno. And well, it's been a year since then, and I've learned a lot. And looking back now, yes, this does make sense better than what I've initially thought. But yeah, you know what? That's why we're here, right? We're here to learn. We're here to learn new things and more things about the cleverness behind the writing, these characters, so on and so forth. Whatever you may want to do with this knowledge. We're gonna be taking a look at 25, the first quarter of the girlfriends, so 25 of their names, and finding out the puns or the sort of meaning behind them, right? More or less. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. First up, we got our boy Rentaro. Now, the I in his family name, it means love, or quote-unquote feelings of love. And from his name as well, when you try to Google translate it, it comes up as koitaro. You would notice that often a lot. And the koi is also another word for love. For Hakori, her family name, Hanazono, could roughly translate to flower garden. And for her name, now this is just a wild guess, but it fits so well, right? So I've been searching, right, and according to Japanese names.info, there's a variation of Hakori, right, that is spelled to mean quote-unquote calculation, plan, or scheme, right? And I don't know, again, as I've said, it really fits so well, right, because of her scheming nature and the like. Karane, right? Now, if you speak her name really fast, right, Dakarane, that part is sort of meant to be the sound that a tsundere character would make. If you check the promotional video or any tsundere character, you would often hear that sort of dakarane part, right? So yeah, that's apparently it. Shizuka, well, Shizuka, quiet, because it means quiet rather, and it fits her quiet nature. For Nano, right? Nano, AI, it forms artificial intelligence and the like. So because for efficient robotic-ish character. For Kusuri Yakuzen, Kusuri means medicine, roughly translates to medicine because she loves it. And Yakuzen, okay, and I'm not really sure about this, but when you pop it in Google Translate, it comes out as medicine of food, so whatever. So yeah. For Hahari Hanazono, Hahari, the haha part of her name, means mom, right, or mother, and Hanazono, flower garden, right. Now for Kurumi Haraga, Kurumi translates to walnut, right, and her family name is another thing, right. This is where I find interesting, because when I typed in Haraga to translate it, it comes out as belly, which I assume refers to her stomach, right, I guess. But another thing that you would often hear, right, is in anime, when someone is hungry, they'll go harahetta, right, which is apparently, yeah, I was right, it's slang for I'm hungry, right, because she is a hungry type. Meido, because she's a maid. For Iku, right, if you read her name as well, Sudo Iku, or whatnot, right, however you want to pronounce it, Suto Iku, stoic, right, because she has a stoic work ethic. For Mimimi and her family name, you can see Utsukushi, right, means beautiful. And when I copied her first name to Google Translate, it comes out as beauty, right, and yeah, it feels, beauty. For Meme, Kakore, translates to hidden. For Chiyo, again, if you read out her name, Incho, as in class president, because she is, a leader vibe to her, right, as a class president. So Incho, right? I think that's really cool. For Nadi, or Nadeshiko Yamato, right, ideal Japanese woman. For Yamame, her family name has characters that form the words mountain woman, and in her family name there's Yasashi, meaning kindness or gentleness, plus with the Sashiki part, it's sort of a pun to planting or gardening, because she's she loves plants. She has a garden in the school, and she's part of the gardening club, which Momoha is the supervisor, or the club advisor rather. For Momiji, the Momi part of combining her family name and first name, right, is roughly, correct me if I'm wrong, it would roughly mean massage, rub, or squeeze, and it fits perfectly. So I thought that that's the case, right? But anyway, moving on to Yaku. When I searched for her name, according to Nihongo Master, there were different variations, and I thought that this had to be it because it just fits perfectly, right? One of which means medicine, right? Medicines, and another variation for of how you would spell it, right, would be war, campaign, service, and the like. Probably referring to Yaku's past. That's why I sort of connected and thought that that might be the case, but I don't know, right? Kishika, the Kishi in her name means knight because she's as chivalrous as a knight. For Ako Kederui, when I inputted Kederui, her family name, in Google Translate, it comes out as listless, lethargic or sluggish, because of her low blood pressure. And when I searched up her name, one of the results from health site, right, not health, healthsite.com, Ashi from Hindu origin means smile, joy, laughter, and blessing, which, come on, if you look at Ako, of course she is. Why is my voice getting... For Uto, when I pasted the kanji from her name in Google Translate, it comes out as middle school poet, because, Chuni syndrome, and poet because bard, right? For Mai Meido, now, though both of Mai and Mei's family names sound similar, they are spelled with different kanji, but nevertheless, it still has the pun for maid in it, right? For Momoha, right, now Momo, from her name, Momoha, Momo Peach, in reference to her peach scented booze that she drinks, right? And her family name, Bonnoji, contains Bonno, the term of 108 other worldly desires, I suppose, yeah, in Buddhism, because she loves booze and gambling. And in Google Translate, when you try to search for, Momoha, right, her name would often come out as Hyakuhachi Sensei, right? Which also 108, which comes out as 108, which is in relation to the 108 worldly desires, right? As I've said and mentioned. It's really clever. I really love these, the creativity behind these names, right? Rin, right? Rin, Rin, violin, because she plays the violin. And to even take it a step further, violins, if you add a s to it, if you make it plural, violins could be close to the word violence, right? And furthermore, the bio part of her name could also refer to Resident Evil Biohazard or whatnot, I don't know. So yeah, there's that. Su Hifumi, right? Su meaning number, and her family name's characters, wow, I love it. It comes out as 1, 2, 3 because he, fu, me, right? For Eira, Capoeira, because she's capoeira. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but yeah, capoeira because she does that, so that art. And finally, for Tama Nekonari, Tama, I don't know if it's just me, but I find that Tama is sort of a common name, right, given to a character, especially in Japanese anime, manga, or other mediums, right? It's given to a character with cat theme features. I've noticed a lot, right, that if this is a demi-human, right, with a cat aspect to them, then most of the time, or sometimes, their name could be Tama, right? So yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but hey, there's Neko in her family name, so yeah, cat, easy. So yeah, that does it for the first 25 girlfriends. And if you have anything to to add on or to correct me if I'm wrong, please do so in the comments below. That would be great. Yeah, I think that's about it. And take care, family.